Hello and welcome, fellow Pathfinders. My name is Deanne and welcome to the channel. I've just picked a few cards today, so I haven't looked at them. We'll just look at them as we're going along. Right, let's just get straight into it today. Right, so we have manifestation and confidence. Right, I'll just lay them all out and then I'm going to save that one till later. Right, we have renewal tincture and heart contract. Okay. Right, so we're manifesting. We're in a manifestating, is that a word? Manifesting energy. We started off well, didn't we? Having the confidence for the manifestation. Right, so even the smallest actions can have a big impact, so never underestimate your abilities. So what that tells me is having confidence in your own ability to manifest. What is it you're trying to manifest? Yeah? Renewal tincture. Refresh your energy, embrace transformation. Right, what I'm getting off this one is some sort of ritual. To put you in the mood of manifesting. So it could be cleansing and clearing your energy. It could be, as an example, I've made this spray, sage and rosemary, yeah? I just put rose and... I can't speak. All I did with this was I put some sage and rosemary in alcohol, like hand sanitizer and alcohol. And then made my own spray out of it. That's just an example. Another example... Well, it could be anything, really. It could be listening to a bit of music, that uplifts you or, puts you in that mood for what you're trying to manifest. It could be having a shower, going for a walk, anything at all. So maybe creating your own little ritual, around what you're trying to manifest. Heart contract. Right, so what's this one say? Your soul shares a unique contract with another. Treasure this rare connection. Emotional bond, soul agreement, love's promise. Right, well, with that one, perhaps trying to manifest, a new relationship into your life. Have the confidence, yeah? Be yourself, in other words, if that's what you're trying to manifest. What else was getting off that? With this card here as well, I'm getting manifesting a new pet. That could have something to do, that heart contract again. Maybe you are getting a new pet. Yeah, or it could also be the love of doing something, if you're not looking for love or partnership. It could also be, hang on. It could also be investing more time and effort into an existing partnership, for instance, maybe reigniting the fire, if you've been together a long time, or, or finding some ritual that works, for both of you to bring you closer together. Refresh your energy, embrace transformation. Yeah, I do feel that there's a lot of change coming in anyway with everybody, not just whoever's watching this. So what is it you're hoping to manifest? You know, put yourself in that kind of energy is, you know, the overall message that I'm getting there. Also, what I got as well, manifesting more confidence. You know, put what I said before, you know, music, maybe put some empowering music on. Yeah, to get you in that confident mood. There's a lot of them on YouTube, you know. Right, so we'll see what else we get on the cards. Alright, hang on a minute. Start that again. Right, so what other messages do we have, Spirit, about this manifesting? Right, money contentment, signing of money agreements. Okay, I'll come back to that one. So, yeah, so I'm getting with that one, manifesting more money, or being more confident around money. What I'm going back to actually there, being more confident around money. I don't know whether you saw my last reading, but if it resonates, go back to that one, because that was about budgeting and, you know, business plans sort of thing. So that might have some relevance for someone. The Empress. Right, what I'm getting with this one, because it's, I think it's because it's a cow. But I'm getting straight to the source of something. So this could go back to manifestation. What is it that you're trying to manifest? Like I said before, you know, where did that, what's the word, Spirit? Where did that desire come from? Yeah. Now, if you've found any delays up to now on that path, you know, what you're trying to manifest, I do feel that them delays were for a reason. You know, maybe the timing wasn't quite right. Maybe, you know, the other person's timing wasn't right. It could be, you know, many different reasons. But intuition, right? I'm getting with someone, the energy wasn't quite right. Yeah, you weren't on the same energetic frequency somewhere. Right, okay. Yeah, testing the waters. Sorry, hang on a minute. So going back to what I was just saying then about the energy not being quite right, you know, compatible or... Right, well, for an example, I mean, take this as it resonates, you know, you could put this into, but I'm going to give an example. So, for instance, if you were trying to manifest a new relationship, yeah, like a kindred spirit sort of thing, you know, maybe up until this point, or, you know, in the not too distant future, one of your energy wasn't compatible with the other. So, as an example, that other person could have been in a different relationship or a different, you know, place altogether, or it could have been you, you know, trying to move out of a certain energy. So, in other words, you weren't, you know, your energies weren't compatible at that time, you know, to find each other. That's an example. You can put that to anything, you know, money manifestations, whatever. But I feel this, I also get like testing the water now to see, putting restrictions in place to see whether it, that alignment is compatible. Yeah. By simply you working on yourself, your confidence, your transformation, that sort of thing, it will bring about that new energy flow, is what I'm getting on that one. I do have a surprise coming in, and also manifestation again. So you've got the Magician and the Manifestation card. So what this tells me is you're manifesting pretty quickly, or you will be doing. So be careful what it is you wish for, or more to the point, put hang on, put conscious manifestation. That's what I'm going to say. So consciously manifest something. Don't just, as an example, what about a vision board? If that resonates with you, I don't know, if you're trying to manifest, a new relationship, what qualities would you like from that person? And I don't just mean like physical qualities. I mean, do you want them to be kind? Do you want them, really put the details down of what it is? Or, if you wanted a new home, new business, on a vision board, put down what kind of building you'd like and what, make it as, I can't find the word, make it as visual as you possibly can, so you can imagine yourself being in that energy, being in that building, being in that relationship, being in the, so you can see it happening. And you might get a surprise out of that. It might happen quicker than you expected, is what I'm getting off that. Work, paid work. So if this was a new business or a new job or a new, sort of income, I've got money contentment, and I've also got money restrictions though. So maybe it's in and out, in and out. But on this one, I've actually got paid work. So as I said before, if this is to do with money and it resonates, go back and watch the last reading that I did. If you're in a bit of a toing and throwing with money, Yeah, that's all I've got on that one. Right, we'll pull a few of these cards, see what we get out of these ones. Just move them up a little bit so you can see. Right, so what else do we have, Spirit? Right, I'm just going to go through the whole pack and see what comes out. Oh. Okay, I think we're going to have quite a few, but they're just going all over the place. Okay. Right, well, that went well. Ooh, okay. Right, well, let's start at the beginning. Right, so I've got Ace of Swords here. Standing in your own power, seeing more clearly. Cutting away anything that doesn't serve you anymore. So that'd be like, any old energy or thought patterns or, ways of doing things that don't really serve your highest good right now. I've also got the masks are off. So that tells me that you can see through anyone's BS, yeah, including your own. You can see any restrictions coming up. And you can see a better way of doing things. I also feel with this one that your masks have come off, so you're not playing to anyone's fiddle anymore. You know, it's on your terms. I've also got you have the power. With this one as well, I'm getting, with the power comes great responsibility, which I already feel that you know that, because you know, off this energy, I'm getting that you've been working on yourself, working on that confidence, you know. I also get a leadership role here, though, as well, with someone. So if you are going into a new job or a new business venture, you know, I do get that sort of leadership role there. Right, with this one, I've going on about manifestation and stuff. I do feel that this card has been, at times, ruining your energy, ruining, you know, your peace of mind. Or maybe it's been like situations, people around you. Maybe you've had previous relationships that have, you know, ended in ruin. You know, I do feel, though, that this is a sort of past energy. Someone could be still going through this energy now. But we do have death cards, so we have transformation. We also had this transformation as well, so you've got two transforming cards here, yeah? So there's big transformations going on. Right, we have a fast move forward, but as I was saying... Right, someone's getting a new car or a new mode of transport. I've got wagon there as well. Maybe someone's getting a new job, manifesting a new job, driving a wagon maybe. I'm getting off that one. But I've got a fast move forward. So if you've been kind of stuck in this sort of, you know, what I said before, or I think I did anyway, you know, about slow manifestation, you know, blockages being put in, things like that. With this sword and mask power, transformation, step forward, yeah, big step forward to success. So this success as well, even though you've brought success in on your own because you've got the ace here, I also feel that you've had help, or you're going to get help if you ask for it. Yeah. So this could be help in the physical or the spiritual sense, or it could be both. Yeah, so if you do need help with something, just ask for it. I do feel that it's available. Intuition, strong. Very strong intuition at the minute. I've got with someone a Taurus energy, so that's very earthy, very grounding. Right, I've also got pondering, so this could go back, you know, thinking about your next move. You know, what is it that you want to manifest? I am getting that you're receiving ideas, so maybe write them down if you're not quite at that stage, you know, to, you know, bring it forward. That could go back to the vision board again that I was saying before. Right, blocks in the road, but this is changing. It's number 5, yeah. Now, I see this card as, yeah, blocks in the road. I do believe that you've had blocks in the road because you've had a couple of cards to indicate that. But you can go around it, you can go over it, you can, you know, find other ways of doing things. 5, change, that's what it always means to me. So, you know, things are changing there with the blocks. And then I've got this card. This card, to me, is like the warrior card. Fighting battles, knowing what it is that you want, you know, fighting your own corner. I don't mean in the physical sense. I mean in your truest sense, you know, like as your authentic self, you know, speak your truth, straightforward talking. Very ambitious card as well. So, you know, being very ambitious to create these manifestations. Also, though, flexible thinking. So with this card being pulled with this card, I'd say, when you find them blocks in your road, be flexible. Think about what other ways you can, transform that block. Sometimes, though, when blocks are put in, it just simply means that the timing's not right. Maybe be a bit more patient. That's what we were saying before, wasn't it, about, timing. So that could have something to do with it as well. I do also feel a lot of communication coming in, though, whether that be in the physical or the spiritual sense. It could be both. It could be a mixture. But definitely keep your ears and eyes open for any sort of communication. You've also got heightened intuition, so I think you'll know when that comes along. Do we have anything else, Spirit, on that one? No? Right, okay. Oh, yeah, we have this other card, don't we? Right, Spirit, so what kind of why? Why are we in this energy at the moment? What sort of things are we manifesting? Right, okay. They've missed, this is interesting because it's supposed to say, I don't know whether you can see that, can you? Yeah. It's supposed to say, because it's time to follow your heart's whisper. But it says, because it's time to follow your heart's whisper. Right, there's a message in there for someone. I don't quite know. E. The letter E, maybe. Might have some significance. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it at that. Someone might get something out of that. I've also got, on a final note, walking away from whatever doesn't, having the confidence to walk away from or shut down things that don't have, the same frequency as you anymore. Having that confidence that comes with that card yet again. Got anything else, Spirit? Okay, I'm just getting, right, I'm going to pull one of these to finish off on. What messages would you like to give us, Spirit Angels? What message would you like us all to go away with? Oh, right, we've got 2. Okay. Right. Oh, okay. Right, so we've got Angel of Healing. You are a true healer. Any negativity that has attached to you through others will soon fall away. You are being given a powerful energy of protection which will remain with you. All you need to do is believe in me, in us, and be still today. Rest and allow us to help you heal. Sometimes it is the healer that needs a little healing too. Yeah? So I don't know whether you want to take a screenshot of that card. I don't even know whether you can see it, can you? Right, okay. And then we have the Angel of Guidance. Today I ask you to simply flow. And if you find yourself being blocked along your path, look up and smile. Today your Angel of Guidance is watching over you and will not allow you to step into deep waters. If a project, partnership or travel is on the horizon, then look a little deeper into this situation. Have as much information as possible before you commit to any decision. In time, you will understand why. Right. Pathfinders. So manifesting with confidence is what I'm going to leave you on. If you got anything out of that, please like and comment or subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a good day. Bye.